Welcome to this week's stream. My name is Aurélien, and we will be working on some Fedora applications today. I have a plan for today. I usually look at what bugs are available for work, but this time I have started a while ago something that I would like to get back on. As you may hear, my voice is a little bit cracky. I was out sick a few days ago, I mean, probably more last week, and then I pushed on my voice too much, so took a hit, but it's going to recover. Sorry if it sounds weird in the meantime. Anyway, you know, I've been working on a matrix bot that will summarize the meetings that happen on the Fedora matrix channels. So that currently works. The bot is calling an LLM to get the summary of the meeting and posts that in the channel. I can show you what it looks like, probably, maybe. Let's see if I can actually show you that. Where's the right browser? Should be here. Definitely not that. Okay. Let me share my screen and see if I can get somewhere. Okay. So I've changed a few things in the layout of OBS, like the stream. Hopefully that's gonna get us somewhere. So there's Fedora here. Let's look at Fedora meeting 3, which is where yeah, see, there was a meeting that ended on the 27th, that was yesterday, and the bot has generated a summary, which is pretty small. It's not short this time. Sorry, let's look at another one, see if there's something better. Well, there was another meeting here the day before where the discussion was about this ticket. There was a very short summary. What I would like to do is display the summary on the meetings page, which is on meetings.fedoraproject.org. So let me show you that on the proper window. No, that's not meeting. Is that Mote? Probably Mote. No. Meeting. Oh, Meetbot. Okay, interesting. Meetbot.fedoraproject.org. There you go. So I would, when you look at the meetings that have happened right now, you have to click on the meetings, and it'll show you people present, the topics covered, action items, which is some sort of summary, but it's not really a summary. When you see that, you don't really know what's going on, what has been discussed, right? You have to get to the full logs to give you a better idea of what has happened. So what I'd like to do is have something on hover here that will show you the summary. So I'm gonna get a source code for this application, Mote, which is, wait, it's called Mote. It's running on Meetbot logs, but it's called Mote. There are the sources. So I'm going to extract this and try to work on it. Oh, I have a clone already. Cool. Let me update my clone. Let's work on the summaries. So I have this new branch. I'm gonna start. I have started Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna start it in the right folder, which is, it's not here, it's in apps, and it's called Mote. There you go. It's probably way too small for you to be understanding anything in there, which is fine. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, so let's see, for example, so this is, what is this? It's a Python project. Okay, good. Blah blah blah. Build with agent. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm gonna use my cloud instance here. Chat settings. Can I do something? I'm not sure that works. That's a new thing in. It's a new thing. How can I remove that? Show view by default. Right now, no. I'm gonna use the Cloud Code window. No, go away. Okay, that's interesting. How do I get rid of that? Chat. You would think okay. You would think you'd be able to remove that, no? Yes, okay, gone. All right, so. Okay, so there's this one. Right, so that's a Python application. It's probably a Flask application. It is a Flask application, okay. How is the UI generated? Templates, static. Okay, that looks like jQuery. Yeah, it is jQuery. So it's kind of old, but I think we can make it do what we want. Okay, so what I'm going to ask is make, so yeah, so how does this work on the back end basically? You have, let's look at the views. The views are probably in the main module. List dates, cal event. Okay, so it's looking for files. Okay, that's the files it's looking for. So I'm gonna add a new one, which is going to be the summary. Okay. So how do I save the summaries on the server? That's a good question. Right now, it's saved on my. It's running on my own server. Sorry, it's running right now on my own server, and I'm saving the files locally, basically. I'm saving the summaries locally. So I'm going to move my summaries here to this local development directory. And return stats file. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna need to create an accessor for this new file. I don't remember what the template, what the file name is going to be, but I'm pretty sure I have that somewhere. Let's see. So it's probably in the meeting summary. Okay, in my Meetbot instance. No, in the meeting summary file. How do I save it? Summary. How do I save that file? Save summary to file, great. File path, okay, what's file path? Path is, okay. Oh, I give it an argument. Okay, nice. So first argument is the summary, second argument is the path. Okay, what's the path? Interesting. Cached data.path. Okay, what's this cached data? Okay. It's built from cache data. Okay. Great, but what's the path? That's how it's built. Okay. So we take the summary. Instead of .log.txt, I call it .summary.txt. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to take something that is like the .log.txt. That's currently the .log.html. Okay. So it's kind of similar to this one. I'm going to call it get summary, of course. .summary.txt, right. I'm getting the meet name from there. Cool. And it's going to take and the type content is going to be different this time. So that's going to be summary. But I suppose this function does something with it, right? Oh, that's right here. Okay. So if I'm raw, then I just redirect to the thing. Okay. Ah, yeah. Okay. So now I have summary. Well, actually, I would like... Fetch meeting content. Okay, that's the thing. That's the function. What is this doing? It's in... What? Mote modules call. Okay. So there should be a modules. Yes, it's here. Call. Okay. Fetch meeting content. I haven't written this, right? So that's why I'm kind of fumbling. Fetch meeting. Not dict. Content. Okay, so it's opening the file, passing it as HTML. Okay, we're probably going to do something like this and just return it. Fetch meeting summary. Yeah, there's a name that's going to be weird. Right. Because fetch meeting content here also passes it as HTML, but we're not doing HTML. Actually, we are storing it as Markdown unless I'm mistaken. But that's fine. We're going to just display it as text and we'll see if we want to convert it to HTML later on. There's a lot of duplication here. I really don't like this, but yeah, I guess. Okay, so right now what it does is opening the file. Let's do something like this. So we could actually, that's not stored in raw, right? Is it stored on the same server? I don't know. How's it working in production? I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Maybe a little more complex than I thought. Let's just do something simple first, okay? So let's say if type count equal summary, then do our thing, and we'll see how we integrate with the rest afterwards, okay? Let's just open the file. So let's just, send the file as is. How does this work? Oh yeah, of course, that's going to be an exception to catch here. That's not really pretty, but let's do this, okay? Okay, so let's see if this is able to fetch our example files that I'm going to download. Okay, let's see if we can run that. So how do you run something like this? Let's look at the contributing document. Okay. Okay, reporting bugs. Okay. Okay. Ah, yeah, that doesn't really tell me how to run the thing. There's a Docker file, so maybe it'll help us here. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Do format, what's that? Oh yeah, no, not that. Let's just install it with Poetry and see if that works. And we can run it. There's the Docker file here, so we can run it with this unicorn -bind blah blah blah. Do we have unicorn here? Yeah, we do. Okay, so Poetry run. Unicorn. I'm not gonna do this because I'm not gonna do this either. Work one, no. I'm just gonna run it with Mote main. See if it's able to run anything. Yeah. Okay, so it's running. It's currently running. That's good. But it doesn't. I suspect it doesn't have a file, right? Yeah. Okay. So it does want to run with the proper WebSocket thing. So let me see. Which one was it? This one. Okay. And this goes, oof, no. Sorry. Typo. What I wanted to do is add this. Okay, let's see if that runs. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have this running. There's Socket.io running. Good. Okay, that's all seem to be running. Now, if I look at the default configuration, it should tell me where it's expecting to get its files, right? There's a Meetbot raw URL here. It should be here. Meetbot raw URL. Okay. Meeting dir. Where is this used? SRV web Meetbot. Okay. So let's override this. I'm gonna make a copy of this. So let's see this dev.cfg file. Right, I'm not going to change that though. Okay, this is going to be my current directory, which is this logs. Okay. That's our meeting dir. I'm not going to change those. And let's see who is actually using this this one. Okay. Okay, let's assume this is correct. And now I want to know how to override my configuration file. In Flask, it's usually using an environment variable, but let's see how it does, how they did it. Sure. Where's the main? It's not in this file? What am I running with this? Mote.main, the mote.main. So there's a main here. There is a main. What? Okay, kind of weird. Oh, it's really weird, but I guess. Main.run, what's main? That's what I'm missing. Oh, it's there. Where is it? Where's the app? Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, it's in app. Cool. From Mote, import app. Where's app? Oh, there. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay. So it's using config.py. So it's not from prefixed end. Okay. How does this work already? Let me check. Flask from prefixed env. Flask secret key. Okay, so it's Flask. Okay. All right, that works. So my bad. I'm not actually going to do that. Sorry. I'm going to set the variables here. Meeting dir equal. So Flask meeting dir equal this, and I run it. Good. And did I create the logs directory? I did not. Just run that in the background. Okay, so let's see. If I don't see any meetings here, I should probably add one that would match what I'm going to look for. Let's create a meeting in this application, okay? How do I do this? Well, there's probably a configuration. How do you list the meetings, by the way? That's an interesting question. Fetch channel dict. That's not it. Fetch meeting dict. Or fetch channel dict. Okay, let me see. What's that? Meeting dir. And you look in the... Oh, okay. Oh, it's directories in there. Okay. So logs test chan. I should have a meeting in there. Okay. Now fetch meeting dict. So there's a date then. What's date text? Huh. Okay, who's using that? Date name, what's date name? Okay, show me how you work. Okay, it's subdirectories. Very interesting. What's the format? How should it be formatted? It should be formatted as year, month, day. Interesting. So what if I do, what's today's date? 11th, oh no, 11/28th. Okay, so it should see a date here. Okay, interesting. And then how do you list the meetings? Okay, you fetch meeting dict in there, where you get the date. Interesting. And meet list is going to be a list. Okay. Okay. It has to be a .log.html. Or a .html. You know, it would be easier if I just looked on the server. Let me look at that for a moment, and I'll see if I can extract this data and put that somewhere here. So that's going to make us save quite a bit of time. But for that, I'm going to hide the screen because I don't know if I'm going to have to type some passwords or not. So that's going to be this way. And yay, so no, not that. I'm gonna do that on the, so I'm sorry you can't see that, but on the other hand, I pretty much have to. So let's look on the server. Ideally, I would use only staging. Oh, hello. Okay, which peripherals are not working for you right now? Because I know that happens. It happens less and less, but it does happen. Sometimes I've had issues with some webcams, even though less and less these days. Some printers, I don't know if that's still valid. I don't know which peripherals don't work anymore. That would be interesting. So let me check. Okay, let me check that on prod. What is the... Yeah, good. Okay, so let's say we have Fedora meeting 3. And, yeah, it's not called Fedora meeting 3 now. How is it called? Meeting? Is it directly going to be called meeting? Oh yeah, it's meeting 3.matrix. Meeting 3. Okay, there you go. I see that we have a meeting yesterday. Let's take that one. Okay, so it's just the name. That's good. And then I'm gonna recreate those files. Okay. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to see that. I could do it. I'm just going to create the files. You'll have to trust me, okay? Huh. I'm creating a dummy file for this. I hope it's not going to crash everything, because it looks like it's very tailored to the format that Meetbot uses. At least it doesn't have a database, which makes some things easier. So that's good, I suppose. Let's look at the txt. There it is. So that's the txt recreated. What else? There's a log.txt. Okay. I'm just going to copy all the data for yesterday's meeting, okay? So it's going to be easier. So that means moving there. You go. Okay. What else? What other files are there? I did the txt, I did the log.txt, I did the HTML. I didn't do the log.html. Let's do this. Yeah, it's of course much longer, but I'm just going to copy the old one. Okay, so I have copied the files. I have copied the file. Let's see if Meetbot picks them up. Or does it crash? It doesn't see anything. That's not good. Yeah, of course. So it's parsing the logs. Of course, that's not going to work. That's why it fails. Just a minute. I'm going to have to do this server thing again. Okay, so that's the log.txt. It's going to be a little slower than I hoped. It's going to be a little slower, but not that much slower actually, because I'm copying screen by screen. It's just 4 screens. It's going to be fast. And I was ended at L39, 939. Okay, and now I have the rest right here. Good. I'm going to copy over the HTML1. Should be shorter, sorry. Give me a sec. Just 2 pages, easy. Okay, now I think I have the same data. Let me see, yes, okay, let me share the screen again, so it's gonna start being interesting again. Okay, so I have this Meetbot interface, okay? It has picked up that I have a log for this meeting here. If I click it, I have the same data that I had on the server. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna get from my server the meeting log. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna unshare the screen again because I'm not sure. There are things that I want to keep hidden on my own server. Sorry about that. Where did I put those files? Probably here. Oh, logs. Yes. So I'm going to take the one from, well, looks like I haven't saved this. Latest one is from the 20th. Why did I not save it? I have to look at my actual logs later. Okay, so the file name was going to be sorry, where is it? It's right here. So file name was going to be summary.txt, and the content would be not that, it would be this, for example. Okay, so there's this file, summary, cool. So now the file exists, okay? Let's see. I'm gonna share the screen again. Okay, so I have created the file in the directory. If you look at the files in logs, I have all these files that are actually .log, .html, .html, .summary.txt, and that's the one I'm interested in. Okay, so I want to make it realize that there's another summary, like not another summary, but there's actual textual summary. So I want to enhance my meeting object here. There's a meeting title. I'm still not used to using AI for this sort of thing, but that's okay for now. I'm gonna make just a pause of the screen for a second, and I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. So I want to, I probably will need to enhance the meeting itself. So there's meeting summary, meeting object. Okay, so it already has topic, channel, date, time, URL, slug, logs, summary. But summary isn't really the key. Well, let's say, let's call it preview. And it's going to be no. Let's see if the backend is able to give me the data that I want. For example, if I'm doing, let's see what the backend is doing. So it is calling when I click on this, right? When I click on this, it's fetching for me this URL. So I'm going to open that in a new window. And instead of the HTML here, I'm going to look for summary.txt. Ah, so that's the path is not recognized. Okay, that's fair. $404. Okay. Let me check. Did I add the right URL, the right view? Get summary is /string chan name. Then there's the date, okay. And then there's meet name. .summary.txt, okay. It raises a 404, okay. Does it raise a 404 because it doesn't match any root, or does it raise a 404 here? Because it's doing a stat file, okay. Let's print. Let's just print this, see if we are getting somewhere. Not sure we're actually getting there. What's the /smry? Where does this come from? Ah, yeah, okay. Right, that's a different thing. Okay. So what you're saying is if I remove smry here, yes, okay, I have my file. Okay, it is able to give me this file. So what I would like to do is for Meetbot, for this one here, when it is displaying this page, I want it to know that there's a summary available. So what is building this page here? It's probably the main page, right? Like this is the main page, okay. So it looks like it's going to be yeah, here. Main page, nice. But then, so that's the main page. So, okay, we're getting the main page. Okay, it's getting some JavaScript stuff, and then it's trying to get the events. Okay, so there's /cal/events. There you go. Fetch meeting by period. Okay, cool. It gives you fetch meeting by day, which it's using get meeting info. Aha, that's where it is. Okay. So here it's getting fetch meeting summary. Okay, so fetch meeting summary. That's the big part, okay? It opens the file, and then, yeah, it extracts things from the file itself, okay. Let's see, here we can add something else, okay? Here, let's look if we have this summary file. How do I know what's count path? Can somebody understand these variables? Starting to get annoyed by this. So it's opening probably content path. We know it's a path. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, do we know anything else about it? No. Because sure, why should we need to? Anyway. Okay. So, it's doing fetch meeting by period, which was in late. It's in late. Why is it in late? I don't know. Get meeting info. Okay, that's what it is. So what we're going to end up with, we're going to end up with this. Ah, yeah, that's the path, meetpath.html. Right, so I can just replace, I suppose. In this here, I can say, okay, summary path is equal to count path. I just like it, but you know that already. Count path that replace .html with .summary.html. No, txt. Actually, it should be MD because it's markdown actually, but let's ignore that for now. I should store that as MD. Anyway, I'll do that later. So if print then what I can do is I can do an event if it exists, then open the file. And you have this key here now. Okay. Right. Let's see if it ends up with something on our screen. Actually, I only need this. I only need this. cal event start. Okay, so in here we are doing we are calling this where is this? Okay. Okay, call events. Okay, there you go. Fetch meeting by period. Okay, fetch meeting by day. Okay. Get meeting info. There you are. So oh yeah, it doesn't reload. Does it reload? I don't think it reloads. Can I ask it to reload? Maybe. Maybe it's going to reload now. Yes. Okay, so I have this path here. And then the path here. Okay, good. I have printed a couple of things, obviously. So I have printed the mid path. Okay, cool. So, I'm sorry. Then, fetch meeting summary. Fetch meeting summary is here. It has printed it. So the summary should contain something interesting more interesting now. It does not. Okay, that's because I have added it to my dictionary here, but it's not really handled by the main function, I think. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay. Meet. Looks weird, but maybe that's it. Where does this take its information from? Is it actually reloaded? Ah, there you go. Okay, summary. Okay, now I have the content of the file. Okay, so now I can ask my UI to display that. So it's going to be, we're going to be looking at JavaScript now. So, yeah, that's going to be a pain. Yep, that's going to be a real pain. Anyway, cal view. So it's probably going to be using this data here. 4 people, 6 topics. Let's see if there's topics here, because that's specific, right? Arg event extended props topic. Yeah, there it is. That's where it's built. Okay. So that's the detail details HTML. Event content, event details HTML. Okay. Yeah, it's using a library. It's using the calendar library for jQuery, and that's not great. Instead, I'm gonna add it here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna add it here now. Instead of people, presence, topic covered, action items, I'm gonna add it here to the bottom, okay? That is the summary. So summary is created using, yeah, I'm not gonna touch the JavaScript actually. That seems much safer. So let's drop what I just did. And here, we're not going to do that in this function. We are going to do it in the function that generates this. And I think, if I remember correctly, there was a SMLY thing. That's the thing. Okay, and it's using fetch meeting summary. Well, guess what? Actually, we're going to do it here. We're still going to do it here, but it's going to be used by a different function. It's going to be used here. And perfect. And that's the template we're going to use. Event summary HTML.j2. Where is that? Templates. Good. There's the drop down. If meets summary, okay, just put it here. Well, that's probably going to be a call. Yes. Div class call let us try. Let's add some debug. I may have to restart the server for on template change, no? Ah, yeah, I needed to restart the server. Okay, so it's putting things here. Okay, so first thing, I need to admit that this is Markdown, and then I'm gonna have to format it. Excuse me. So let's rename the file to MD. Let's adapt our code to look for that. Okay. And in here, in the template, so if there's that, I'm gonna have to, I can do a title. The icon is not going to be right. It's not FA users, of course. What could I use? Show me the icons, please. Summary. Okay, edit. Yeah. What looks like a summary to you? File text, maybe? Let's use file text. Let's try file text. And now I have to convert the Markdown to HTML. So I'm pretty sure that it doesn't have a dependency on Markdown right now, but I can add that. So what's a Python library for Markdown? Let's look. Python Markdown. What are people preferring? I'll probably prefer... Oh, that's kind of recent. So somebody's still working on that. That's good. What else? I guess I'll go with it. So, oh yeah, there was something here. Markdown linter, no. Let's go with Python Markdown. Okay, so just Markdown. Cool. So that means poetry add Markdown. Oh, I need an older version of Markdown then. Drop support for Python version 3.7. Okay. Does this work? seems to be working. Let's see, does it allow 3.9? Yeah, that seems to be the latest one we can do. Oh no! Well, what's the latest one on? Yeah, it's 3.10.0. It's still at 3.7, okay. Oh, there's the 3.9. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's not worry too much about that. Okay, so we have Markdown now. Let's see how we can work with it. Very simple. I like it. Let's do this. So here, when I'm building the event summary in this function here, I'm actually going to do from and boom, and here markdown fh.read. And that's my HTML. So my summary is no HTML. So that means I can't put that in a P. I'll just have to put it here, except it's going to be escaped now. So should I do something like safe? Oh, I don't know. What do you think? That's a little bit too much now. Yeah. Let's see if the Markdown can do other stuff for us. If the Markdown library can do other stuff for us. Usage. Format. Input, output, encoding. Meh. Looks fairly simple. Oh, there's Markdown from file. Oh, okay. That's even better. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to do some CSS here. And now in my CSS file, which I do have somewhere here, where did they add? No, probably not that. Fragments, ellipsis. No, where did they add the custom styles? Custom font, okay, no. Maybe is it in the HTML itself? That would not be great, but that's still possible. Let's look at this. It's in fragmented CSS. Okay, there you go. That's where I'm going to put some my CSS. Okay. Let's rebuild this. Wait, is there something wrong? Start it, please. Yeah. Oh, it's not finding anything. What? Oh, markdown from file fails. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Input. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, let's ignore it. Let's ignore it. No, that's annoying. It's not even better at all. It's actually annoying. So let's go back to opening the file ourselves. Yeah. Okay, there you go. We have the thing. Of course, there's this. So why is summary not styled as the rest? Huh. Why is it not dark as this? It's a P, while here it was a P. Oh, it should be an EVT summary call. Okay, that's why. Okay, let's fix it. Let's fix it quickly before we move on to something else. Well, except event summary call, what does this mean? Is it not too big? Oh yeah, that's fine. No, no padding. Or maybe, if it means... so... No. No. There you go. I don't know why it doesn't reload anymore. I know that templates are a little tricky because it has its own cache and it's not exactly the same. Ah, okay, summary. Okay, but clearly the icon is not there. I don't know if they have, like, what icon did I select? FA file text, okay. So there's that's not practical. Let's see what Fontosum has for us. Yeah. Maybe Pencil Square, does it have it? No. Maybe Pencil Alt? Let's see if we can do something here. Oh, is it any better? Maybe. Let's put Pencil Alt and we'll think about that later, which means never. Okay, so now I want to make that smaller, right? So this is an H3. We definitely want the H3s to be smaller. So So what size do we want that? Maybe 0.9 RAM. What else do we want to change? The font style is different. Font family is going to be non-serif. Right. What's the font size for this one? It is currently 0.95 RAM. Okay. If I put it at 0.8 RAM, it seems to be the same size as the rest, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. No, it's at 0.7 RAM. What about 8.5? It's really up to the person. Doesn't change much. Let's leave it at that. Font family. Let's not change this. Okay, so now if I reload the page, click here. Okay, that's much better. Oh yeah, the pencil is gone. What did you do? Where did you go, pencil? Oh, that probably requires a small reboot. Yeah, so summary. Key discussion points. This style here is not great. It's the code marker. It just looks bad. We don't want them to look bad. So I don't know why it looks so bad. Does it expect to be on a dark background? Maybe. But it's not supporting different backgrounds right now. Oh, it does. What happens if I do this? Yeah, that's much better. Because it's on a white background. Okay. It's really not great. I mean, the background here, where does this come from? I mean, the background of this entire page. Actually, model content. Really? Is that it? Yeah. That's fragment.css. Because here the text is clear, right? And in our fragment.css we have changed. Why would we do that? Fragment.css line 768. Who decided that? That's barely readable. Anyway, that's not our problem today. Our problem today is it's working. Well, it's not a problem. It's just not really readable, but we can probably fix that at some point. And so we click on the thing and we have the summary. So it's much easier to know what has been going on. Okay. I think we're going to stop here. We have an idea of what I would like to do with this. So we would have this model will be more interesting. There will be more data in there. There will be a summary with the content of the meeting, and it will be loaded from the file that the bot generates. So let's stay there, and we'll format that a little bit better for next time. We'll format that a little bit better for next time and try to propose something that can work for everyone. What did we change this time in the end? We have this file that I don't actually need. We can remove it. Where is it? Created this file, but I don't actually need it. What did we change? We added a dependency. Okay. That's just the log files. We don't really care about those. Yeah, it reformatted stuff here. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, we've added a function to get the summary file, even though we're not actually using that. We can get rid of it. We totally can get rid of it. We don't actually need that. Let's get rid of it. And so the same goes for here. We're not actually needing that. And for this one here, that's just formatting. Okay, that's just formatting. That's just formatting. Okay, it doesn't seem like we actually need this. So we can probably get rid of all the changes and it will still work. Well, all the changes in this file and it will still work. Let's restart it just to make sure. Start this. Yes. Good. So that means that all the changes in this file are not changes that I'm interested in actually. It's just formatting stuff. Okay. Let's pretend I'd never touched it. What else? Call. That's formatting as well. That's the new addition that I did want to add. That's formatting. And the main thing is basically here, right? There's no summary key. That is either none or the content of the summary if it exists. So that's good. Late is not, doesn't contain any change. So let's restore that one. Restore the late.py file. Okay. Fragment.css. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of formatting there that has gone wrong. Anyway, that's the change. No. Where is our change? Probably here. Yeah, even summary. H3 is smaller. And of course the template with the new content. Pretty good. Okay, let's stay here, and we're going to stop the stream now. There's a so I'm happy we went somewhere. It's starting to take shape. I still need to do to add the file at the right place. I need to check also why my system is not saving the files anymore for the current meetings. That's something that I'm gonna fix on the side. And yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, probably next week, hopefully. And if not, it's going to be the week after that. So thanks for attending, thanks for your attention, and I'll see you next time. Have fun, people. Goodbye.